G'day, g'day. Welcome to the Food Forest Oz. Heaps has happened. Clean this whole yard up. I've knocked a fence down and I'm about to knock some more down and try and dodgy one up so the dogs don't take themselves for walks. Shane is consistently seeing Smushy walk past his window in the morning. And that's not good because that's out the front. We've got some plants. We have cleared the area up. I've got another garden bed here that has been planted, and the cool thing now is I can actually start planting stuff in here. So I've pulled a bit of dirt out that was sort of filled with rocks. What I did is I actually used this thing over here and I sieved a fair bit of soil. So I reclaimed a fair bit of soil, but I still will need some, I think, going forward, because there's a bit of a divot right here in the middle of the yard. And the other thing is it's nice soil, but it's clay based, so it sticks together. It goes really hard. So I really need to get some compost in here. I was really proud of Leah the other day. I said, we're going to have to buy some dirt. And she looked at me funny and said, well, what was the point of making all that dirt up there? And I was so proud. I was like, yeah, you're accidentally learning stuff. So pretty happy with that. But it is disappointing that I can't use my own dirt, I'll be honest. It's just not ready yet. It's just not ready. And part of that's the worm farm, and I can't touch that for ages, probably another year till I can touch that stuff. So it is what it is. I'm going to have to buy some compost and try and get it locally off somebody that likes doing stuff like me. Smushy's just found a rock that he particularly likes. Nice smooth one, I reckon. And off he goes down the stairs. That's his rock. He's gone. Let's go and have a look around. Heaps has been done. Heaps is happening. So Shane's currently doing the uprights for the bridge, which I'll show you. I'll pop some footage in. It looks amazing. I've been banned from this because apparently I can be quite annoying to work with. Changed my mind a little bit and stuff like that. But I will say that if I had to design this bridge, it wouldn't have been circular. It would have been flat, because I know how hard it is to bend wood. And it's something that we're doing at the moment. We are bending the railings for this, and we've got them on a jig, and we can only do one at a time, and we've got to soak them. So we're just running an experiment now, as you can see, to see if we can bend these railings. And we've had a fair few discussions on how this is going to be. Yeah, it's actually been pretty tricky, but it looks amazing. The good thing is when you come up from the yard, you don't see the pergola straight away. What you see is that little deck and this path, and that sort of tells you that there's something around the corner. And it's worked out way better than I could have ever really thought, especially with the placement of the bridge. Like, that's something that we kind of had to do once we decided that the stream was going to go all the way down there. But I think we all agree that it's better there than what it would have been up the top on the steps over there. So another thought I've been having is some people worry that this is going to knock a bit of money off my house just because it might be high maintenance, but it really shouldn't be. You should have yearly checkups, but essentially what I'm building is a large spa slash plunge pool, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's got three places where you can have a dip, and that wasn't intentional. But yeah, I'm sure the dogs are going to love it. I'm sure the dogs are going to love it. Wherever I plant stuff, they go and sleep, don't they?
Yeah, every time.
Every time. Bastards. So this is my mission this afternoon. I've got to sort of focus and stop flipping from job to job, because, again, puppies are taking themselves for a walk, which is not good because Smushy is not dyslexic. And as much as I'd love puppies, not right now. So that's it. I'm going to remove that broken sheet there and the one next to it without the capping on it. And then I've got to make a decision. Do I try and do this properly straight away, or do I do something just to keep the dogs in for the moment and then focus on the other stuff? I don't really have the equipment to do it here, well, the stuff, the post and rail, things like that. So I think for the moment we're just going to have to stitch it up. And I think that bit of shade cloth gate down there is going to play a part. I bought a clamp. So yeah, we'll see. You guys know what I'm like by now, I think. Here we are on the deck. This is the view. Just ignore the rubbish. There you go. Dodgy fence. Didn't take that long. So I had to rip that bit down on the right there. And of course, I broke a bit off the other one. And yeah, of course. Murphy's Law, Brendo's Law. If it's going to go wrong, it will go wrong. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. It's probably a better way to put it. Chooks are stoked. Look at this yard. It is really, really coming up. Now, this fence, getting the wire straight on this fence is an absolute nightmare because these posts aren't super strong because the brackets that they sell here in Australia suck. And yeah, they just move a lot. So we need to reinforce this. And it turns out we are going to have to make it like the other fence, which means that we're going to have to put railings like that on it, which is cool. I mean, I was just going to go with these 3 wires, which I actually think look really good. The problem we got, again, with that is because we don't really have the strength, and the the wire strainers that I've got on either end aren't super big, then I've struggled to get that wire straight. But I think it will eventually come straight on its own if I keep tightening it up. We've still got a little bit of room to tension them up. We got the first bit straight, but yeah, then it just all went Pete Tong, as they say, and I gave up for that day anyway. But it's got to be finished. I think it's going to look really good. And if you look at the yard, I think it matches the aesthetic. Now, I was considering staining this fence the same colour as the pergola, but I think it differentiates the orchard and the chicken yard from the bottom. So let's go and have a little walk over the bridge. It's been deconstructed a little bit because, as usual, Brendo made it harder than it needed to be. But, you know, it's the little stuff that matters. I quickly want to show you what I was talking about earlier, where as you walk up the path, you can't see the pergola. The water tank's in the way. So we come up here over my little bridge. Got to find a troll to live under it. And around, and as you come around, you see the same colour. And you'll go around, obviously, around this path. And bingo, bango, bonago, Brendo. We've got what is to be a Japanese pergola and deck. Let's have a quick look at a couple of things that have caused, shall we say, conversations. That was Shane's idea. He regretted it as soon as he said it, but it's going to happen now. These little collars that we have around here now, I insisted on these, and they were an absolute bugger to make. But I think, and Shane agrees now, that they look amazing. And also, originally, this was just going to be, in Leah's eyes, a standard deck. But I said, no, we need to have a border around the deck. And that's what we got. So you can see the stuff on the side's a bit wider than that. So those things caused a little bit of an issue, but not much of one. And they look really good. And we all agree that they look really good. The whole deck's designed to look like it's floating. So it's not finished yet, obviously, but you can see how there's guts underneath the decking. Still got to put another piece of timber under there to cover that up. But it's designed to look like it's floating. And that's why those collars were important, because the posts look like they're sticking up out of, well, a bit of, I don't know, they look like they're sticking up out of nowhere almost, I guess. Not sure if that's the right way to say it, but yeah, they look good. So let's go and have a quick check of the worms and the compost, and then I'll probably let you go, guys. I'm pretty excited for this. I haven't checked them for about 5 days, and I put a big piece of watermelon in there, and I haven't seen what they've done to it. And I know worms love watermelon. This bin's been going really, really well. So come and have a quick look. We'll take the lid off together, and yeah, should be fun. The grand reveal. Let's see what we've got. So they've been eating a fair bit. I packed this out. Ooh, got mushroom. I packed this out probably 2 weeks ago with stuff, but I've been feeding them a lot more, and that is certainly been a success. Oh, there he is. There's one right there. Straight out. So this bin is, I mean, both the big blue bin is going really well as well. But this one's probably just a little bit more accessible. Yeah, another. So these are just little worms that I'm pulling out now. They're not breeders. Let's have a look. What do we got? They really like watermelon, don't they? So let's have a little dig. Now, I use Coca Cola, flush it really well, and I've sort of been mixing it up. So they're getting through there. lots of little ones. So they've obviously been through a breeding cycle. It's been probably 5 weeks now, so they've been through one breeding cycle, and I'm hoping to see some cocoons in here. But we'll fluff them up, get them nice and aerobic, get some air in there, and yeah, see, lots of little worms at the moment. Lots of little baby worms. But I actually think I need to feed them a bit more. I fed them a heap of apple and stuff like that, and that is gone. It was in this corner. So they've actually smashed the apple as much as they've smashed the watermelon. And that was fresh apple too. That wasn't, there's a couple of breeders. I think that one's pregnant. Not sure if you can see. Yeah, definitely pregnant. So that's good. Back on their way. What else have we got in here? So again, I don't know about cocoa koi. I don't know. It's one of those things that's really accessible. It's affordable, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. I need to figure something else out, I reckon. So we'll mix this up and get the cardboard out of it. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where are you? Oh, you're down there, are you? I haven't seen a worm ball yet, which is unusual. And you know what? I haven't seen any cocoons. Now, that doesn't mean they're not in here. But usually you'll spot one or two, especially in the coconut queer, because it's quite clean. You know, it kind of makes me question whether I can get enough moisture into the coconut queer, whether it is just a touch too dry for them. Yeah, I'd call this a success, but I can't see any cocoons, so that is not a total success. But I think they need a feed as well. Oh, there's a nice little lump of them. Can I find a cocoon? Let's have a real quick look, real close, quick look. Nope, can't find any. But there's plenty of worms in there, and the colony is growing. The herd is growing, as that's the technical term for it. And I'll take back inside. Quick compost update. This compost is running amazingly well. I know I should have it tarped. So many things to do, but yeah, this is sitting up at 65. Like I said the other day, I've been started recording everything, so it's been 64, 64, 65, 65, 4 days in a row, and it's actually really nice to know that. I had to split these two in half just because they were too hot, but I'm about to join them back together. Probably not today. It's getting a bit late in the day, and it's Friday, so MotoGP's on. Australian Grand Prix, best Grand Prix of the year. I got this big pile of rubbish, and I'm going to show you where I pulled that out, because we've actually done something up here, and something really, really cool, something that I need. So have a look at this. It's behind you. I haven't showed you this part of my yard very much. There's been rubbish here, but there was also this dinky little fence that came from where this fence is here, and it came all the way out to here and went to there, and there was a bit of weed mat and some agaves. I've got no idea why it was there. It's basically 2 meters of wasted space, and I needed that 2 meters because what I'm going to build here is 2 more compost bins exactly like that. So where I was before was directly behind you, sheds there, obviously. And yeah, we've just got to get Whacker Packer in here and pack it down, lay a slab, and the slab's going to go sort of from there all the way to the fence, and we'll have 2 more compost bins, which I desperately, desperately need. I've actually taken to putting grass on the ground in front of the camera here, because I've got nowhere to put it, basically. Those 2 bins are occupied at the moment, and there's a big lump of rubbish that I have to compost and sort out, turn into firewood, etc., sitting in front of it. So I can't even get in there with a digger at the moment. It's also mixed with stones, because these guys love weed mat, love stones. I tell you guys, don't put stones in your gut. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And the weed mat seems like a good idea. It's not. It's really not. It's terrible. Microplastics everywhere. So that's it for us. Big day, or big week, really. It's been a big week ever since Shane got here. It's always a big week here. I'm exhausted but happy, and I am really looking forward to this all being done. It's starting to look like a garden down there now, which is great. I can see it at least, but then I've got a pretty vivid imagination. Anyways, have a good day. Have a lekker week. Bye now.